Hello everybody and welcome back to Letton Farm. So without any further ado, I need to make sure I have paid this week's instalment of the mortgage, and we do have £17,487. The reason why we have a substantial amount more than before is because I have now got a week's worth of milk, which was £5,000, and also the £2,000 weekly payment from Simon. So yeah, it brings me to a good total. So this week I'm going to pay £10,000 towards paying the mortgage off, which should bring me down to, I think, £160,000 in total left to pay. There we go. So we now have a less impressive £7,487. Now, I've had a bit of interest in this field here. Yep, I've had somebody contact me from, basically an event organiser, and they were looking to have a tractor show just here. So yeah, I think this would involve basically static vintage machinery, and maybe even moving machinery, I'm not too sure. But yeah, they mentioned a ploughing match or something. So I could have a ploughing match, but I'm just a little bit concerned about the grass, so I don't know. They can definitely plough it up if I'm being paid enough to be able to afford to reseed it, but we have the area, we do. So I said yes if you're interested, but I do need to sort out a price. It's not going to be cheap, especially if they do want everything here. So yeah, potentially in the next few weeks there is going to be a vintage tractor rally sort of thing here. Possibly some kind of country fair. I'm not too sure exactly what it is, just some kind of tractor event, tractor related event. So sounds good. It could be a very good way of making some money. Also, while I was over there, I should have probably shown you the other field, but yeah, the field which used to be corn, that does need to be worked today, so I need to probably get the cultivator into there. I was debating whether or not I should upgrade the cultivator, because it's not very big. The one I do have it's okay. It is okay, it's here. But I might be able to upgrade it. So I think what I'm going to do is attach it to the New Holland tractor, take it over to the store, get a price for it, see what they'll pay me for it if I do a part exchange sort of thing, and also get a price on a new one. But chances are I will just be continuing with the same cultivator, because I don't think the dealership is going to be able to sort of beat the prices of buying from an auction or maybe from online or something. So we will see. We will definitely see what the best thing to do is. Now, I don't think I'm going to be using the front loaders today, so I'm going to actually take it off. I don't think it needs to be attached. I need to put it somewhere which isn't going to be blocking everything in. Probably over here, because I'd need to use the front loader anyway to move this bag. So it should be okay. Just here. It is quite simple, you just pull the lever, so yeah, pretty good. Obviously take the hydraulics off as well. And now I'm in a position to hitch this onto the cultivator. Coming through, hens. Yep, so still eating all of my eggs. I am pretty much living off eggs. It's cheap, but it's getting a bit much. I could start to sell them. I wanted to make money for buying different types of food. It's not really a balanced diet. That's the only issue. An egg for breakfast, lunch and tea. It's a bit much. Anyway, there we go. So, yep, let's go to the dealership and we will see what prices they can give me for this. They can just go under the middle of the tractor. Wouldn't want to squish them. This road was really busy earlier. It seems to have calmed down quite a bit, which is nice, because when it gets so busy it just gets really loud when you're in the house, and also it's just a nightmare when you're actually driving the road, especially when you want to pull out of a field. Here is the traffic actually. It is once again very busy. I've just looked at the fuel gauge and realised I only have 33 litres left. Well, I mustn't let it run out. I'll definitely fill it up before it does do. But I'm sure I can make a start. In fact, I should have enough for that field. It's not a very big field. Anyway, can you give me a price for this lovely, expensive cultivator? Okay, so as you can probably guess, it didn't go terribly well. They offered me £3,700 roughly for this, because it's old. That's their excuse. It is old, so that's fair enough. A new one would be in the region of £32,000. It would be a metre wider, but they said then I'd have a problem with the horsepower. They said that my tractor's probably about 100 horsepower too low. So really, they said keep it. They said if you're going to upgrade your tractor, then yeah, definitely think about upgrading the cultivator, but otherwise just stick with the current setup. So I'll take their advice. I will stick with this for now. I did think I would be sticking with it, to be honest, and yeah, I have stuck with. Oh, what's that? Some text message from Simon. Yeah, so I am sticking with it. Anyway, I should probably read that text message because he doesn't usually send a message at all. I'm guessing he's got my number through the estate agent. I don't know. Anyway, let's read the message. Dagwin, please help. I have got stuck in a hole. Okay, that's not something here every day. We can help him if we knew what was stuck in it. Is he stuck in a hole? Or is a machine of his stuck in a hole? I'm guessing his machine is, because usually you can just climb out, and there isn't a hole deep enough for a human to get stuck in over there, unless he has discovered a secret well, which would be interesting. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to drop my tractor off. I'm not going to take you back to the yard now, that would be silly. So yep, I've got quite a bit of cultivating to do. I think maybe I should start to consider a replacement tractor. The only problem with this is it might mean replacing 2 tractors with one newer one, which I don't like the sound of. I do like what I've got, but really I could do with something a little bit larger on the back. Actually, I should really lower that down. There we go. Okay. And I should probably turn the engine off. There we go. Okay. Right. So the walk can start. I'm going to have to walk over there first. No point taking a tractor because I just have no idea. I might just have to pull him out by hand if he's just fallen down some hole. Thinking about it, if he had fallen down a hole, he might not even have a mobile signal down there. He has just sent a text message after all. So we'll find out. Let's just have a good wander. See if we can find him. Maybe his head is just poking out of this, I don't know, sinkhole sort of thing, which might have appeared. But I obviously had no problems at all when I was there. Oh yeah, he did. He also baled this field, which he seems to have cleared. He's cleared all the bales, and he must have put them somewhere. Not too sure where. He's not mowed any grass recently. So, can we see him? Is he anywhere? He's got his baler parked in the yard. Let's just climb the fence. Simon, where are you? Good excuse to look around. Oh, there's the bales. Straw bales in the shed. But where's Simon? I'm guessing he's not over here. Ah, what do we have? Ah, he has been mowing recently. And yes, I can see that he has indeed got stuck in a hole.
Oh, Dagwin, good to have you here. I've just gone and slipped into this hole which I didn't see. Who would dig a thing like this?
I can see you've slipped in. It's been here for a while. It's a long story.
I don't suppose you can pull me out, do you?
I do have a chain. Let's just check the front of your tractor. You like fears, don't you? You've got 2 fears. Yep, I can definitely pull this tractor out if I've got the power. The problem is going to be the mower, because it's quite nicely wedged on the bank. It's grounded out, so I don't know, we'll try it. I'll have to go and get the tractor, so I'll be a few minutes.
That's very good of you. Oh, I feel so stupid.
Okay, so yep, let's go. Let's go and, well, we're going to have to use the 390T, I think. I do have the chain. Nice baler, by the way. Crikey, I didn't realise he had such a nice kit. So that is the older tractor he was talking about when he got mad actually when I spoke to him about it, but he must have 2 Fiats. The 18090 and also whatever that thing is over there. We'll take a closer look later. After all, we are going to be pulling it out. If I can. I hope I can. It'd be, well, it'd be a problem if I can't. I think we'd have to ask the dealership if we could borrow one of their machines just to pull it out. I'm sure they wouldn't charge us. At least, I don't think any decent person would charge us just to use it for a few minutes. After all, it's kind of an emergency. Kind of. Not a life-threatening emergency, but even so. Right, so my 390T is positioned near the house, and the chain is in the workshop. I suppose I could... No, actually, I don't think the Hilux I don't think it would have the traction. That's the only disadvantage. So it definitely got the power. Right, I think I left the chain. I did, I left it here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really getting on with my cultivating doing this, am I? Okay, so we'll hitch the chain onto the back. And now I'm going to head over to Simon's farm and attempt to get it pulled out. This could go very, very badly wrong. We'll soon find out how it goes, but I'm sort of expecting this tractor not to be powerful enough, and this is my most powerful tractor. Believe it or not, the New Holland is actually lower horsepower. This one is the most. Well, he does actually have the Fiat, doesn't he? So we could swap the chain over, put it on the Fiat instead. But we'll just have to see what happens. This might pull it down fine. I've no idea. Right. So very carefully I need to put the chain through the pin on the front of that Fiat. The Fiat 420. Yes, I of course I have already read out the number, but I am not very good with Fiat numbers. Back up to it. And then we can put the chain on. Okay, so the chain is attached. Let's just take a look at this setup. I don't know if it's going to be easier to fold this up or leave it out. I would say I'm going to leave it out because if I do fold it up, it could quite easily be top heavy and flip the whole thing over. I wouldn't want to tip the tractor into the puddle. It is actually full of water down here. So yes, I think ideally the mower's just going to have to stay unfolded. Let's just floor it. Right, so that's going badly. Although there is some movement. There is definitely some movement. Let's try a different approach. If I pull it around to the left a bit. This little tractor is struggling though. It's actually bouncing on its wheels. Oh, it's done it. Wow. I was not really expecting it to do it. It's sort of right on its limit. It's really not liking it, but it has pulled it out. A little bit further. It's doing very well. Mighty Massey. It should be fine as long as it's not going to roll back into the into the hole again. So yeah, we'll just take the chain off. And there we go. The Fiat is out. Isn't that mower a bit too big for that tractor? I think he might be overloading. I'm not surprised it pulled it in. So there we go. Yes. All we have to do is make sure it works. Although it's not really our responsibility. It's just I just want to make sure that I haven't damaged anything by sort of yanking it that hard. So here we go. Let's just give it a quick go. Okay, it's not engaging. The hydraulics work, but the PTO just isn't going to go. So maybe he was cutting at the time and he's actually damaged the driveline. Maybe he's got some kind of overload protection on this. Maybe it's got a shear bolt. Could have sheared the shear bolt, not too sure. I'll go and tell him. He's obviously going in the house and see what he says was happening at the time. I'm guessing he was mowing, so he could quite easily have. Well, it could. I wouldn't have. Well, I suppose it could be a shear bolt. Failing that, slip clutch or something. Anyway, something's not quite right about the PTO.
Oh, thank you so much, Dagwin. It is much appreciated.
Yeah, I've just tried your tractor. PTO won't engage.
Ah, well that would explain the big bang.
Ah, right. It is broken, I think. He didn't get much mowing done, that's for sure. Yeah, I actually don't know what it's got. Okay, well, I'm going to go back, and obviously something's going to have to be repaired. But I've got to crack on, so it is unfortunately his problem now. Or fortunately for me. The lawn's growing again. It's been a week since it was cut, so not surprising. Anyway, I'll drop the chain off, and actually we don't need this tractor either. We need to jump into the New Holland tractor and get that field cultivated. It's about time. It's now 12:30. Okay, there we go. And we'll turn the engine off. And now I am ready to head back out and start the cultivating. So yeah, it's going to be, I would say, a 3 to 4 hour job. It's a big field. I do have a 5-meter cultivator though, which is very useful. Believe it or not, this is a big cultivator for the size of tractor. Most of them, which are new, they're recommending 2 to 3 meters, so it isn't much. Also, in the next few days, I am looking to turn this into a good water source for giving to the cows. We do have this sort of, well, it's like a ditch slash river sort of thing. I want to be able to pump water out of here, so I'm going to have to obviously do something to do that, but I'm sure it's going to be possible. Anyway, here we are. So, yeah, very simple. Just get it cultivated. Nothing more to it. Anyway, I will see you either when I've got time for an update or when I've completed the field. Because I now have a lot of work to be doing, and hopefully we don't have any more text messages from Simon. Okay, well, I am obviously much closer to completion, but not quite. It's probably going to be about 6 o'clock when I do finish the field altogether, maybe getting on to 7 o'clock, because there is still a fair chunk over there. But I was just thinking while I was doing this, I really need to put some money into the power food for the cows. This is going to involve getting a feed mixer, which are not cheap, but it is going to be worth it. So as soon as I can afford it, like I keep saying, as soon as we can afford it, I'm going to get a power food mixer. It's only going to be a small one, because I think the big ones would just be completely out of my price range. The cows are fine as they are, but they can produce so much more milk, and currently I'm getting about £5,000 a week. I think we could increase that to maybe double that, maybe £10,000 a week in milk. And of course the cows are reproducing as well, so we're going to have more cows, which is just going to make more milk. So yeah, the more that I can do for them, the more they're going to do for me financially. So anyway, yeah, hopefully in the next few days I will be able to sort something out. It's probably not going to be anything super impressive, probably quite old, but we will see. We'll just have to see what it's going to be. Yeah, so I've got this piece left. It is going to be about 7 o'clock, I think, when we finish. I will check up on the cows as well, but I think they're fine. Okay, the final piece. So actually we're doing okay for time. Much faster than I was expecting for this final piece. But yeah, it is now cultivated. I really do need to think about putting some slurry on here as well. I could have done it before I cultivated, but it should be fine afterwards anyway. So I do have loads. I think the tank that we have, this slurry pit, is about half full, is it? Which would make it about 130,000 litres of slurry, which is more than enough. Yep, definitely more than enough. I need diesel, so I'm going to go and diesel this up, drop the cultivator off, and then finally we'll have a wander over to the cows and just make sure that everything is going very well. It should be though, because I have been looking after them very well. Okay. Yeah, the cultivator's going to have to go back where it came from. I just don't have space for it anywhere else, which is quite tricky to reverse into here with this tractor. The 135 is the best, although it would be quite easy if the tank wasn't there. That's not too bad. Okay. Drop it down. And we'll just go and detach that. There we go. And finally, some diesel. So I'll fill it right up to the top. It's going to cost me a bit of money, but nothing too substantial. And then, actually you can stay here. Just leave it here for now. There we go. Right, these gates could be closed. The crop's doing well. Looking very healthy. And yes, I think the cow's going to be doing fine too. Yep, looking good. Loads of food in the trough. How about their water? Yep, lots of water, pretty much full. So everything is looking very good. I think probably next time in the next vlog I will clear this out. It's not too much mess, but there is a bit, so it does need to be done at some point. As for the manure, they do have, again, some in here, but again, it's just not terrible. So it can last another night. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again soon.